audio. In 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 audio.
Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are live for the Sunday Unfiltered podcast. It's been a while, man. I feel like I've missed you, brothers, man. I feel I've not seen you in a while. Big up to the people here. Make sure you do smash the like button on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Subscribe to the guys. The links in the description below. But we're here, Sunday Unfiltered setting. Sorry, Double A. What are you saying, bro? It's been a minute, man. I feel like we missed last week's, didn't we? But I think we do the 1 week before that? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Man, how are you?
Oh, good, bro. I'm all right. I can't complain. I can, and I will do during this show. But apart from Man United, everything else in my life is good, bro. That's all I can say, and that's the main thing. And listen, thank you for having me on. As always, it's always good to be here with the fellas on a Sunday evening, ending and starting a week in the best possible way. Big up the chat, and we'll all say it, but before we even kick off, smash a like on that video, guys. We need to get them likes up straight away, because I imagine this is going to be a great show tonight, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Flawless. It's been a minute, man. You weren't here the week before, so it's been a while since I've seen you, man. But how are you doing, bro?
Facts. That's what I was thinking. It's mad that you started the show like that, because as you was like sending out the link and it's like, I'm getting ready for Unfiltered, I was like, why do I feel like it's been months since I've been on? And I bet it's only been 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? But it feels legit like months. So it's good to be back. Always good to see Double A. Always good to see Andy as well and talk United. But yeah, man, I'm blessed. Looking forward to the show and large up to the chat as always as well.
Absolutely. And Andy, it's definitely been a while because you've been in there haters, but we're glad to see you back, mate. How are you, mate?
Yeah, I've been in exile, mate. Take a back seat. Just enjoy the summer, get some work, get some hours in. And I tell you what, I feel better after a scran tonight. Fish fingers and chips. You can't beat old school when you're
Can't beat it.
8-year-old kid again. You know, you can't beat fish fingers and chips and red sauce on a Sunday night.
Beans or peas?
Absolutely.
Beans.
Yeah, you gotta go beans.
Oh, beans.
You gotta go old school.
Fair enough.
You gotta go old school.
Just need a fried egg now. You're laughing.
Man.
That's for tomorrow.
That's tomorrow.
Save it for tomorrow, man. Absolutely. But guys, we're gonna get straight into it, man. There's nearly 500 of you already in here. Please hit the like button straight away. We're expecting a minimum of 500 likes before the end of the video, so please smash the like button on the video. But we got to discuss Hojlund. Apparently, from the report coming from Laurie Whitwell, in terms of the Athletic, he reported here saying in his article, as it stands, United are prioritising a new centre forward and have held discussions with Atlanta about Rasmus Hojlund. Erik ten Hag would ideally like a proven Premier League scorer. However, and United will not pay anywhere close to the 100 million 85.9 million price quoted for the 20-year-old. It's then reported today that United will make a bid in excess of about 45 million euros. Double A, where are you on this one? This should be an easy deal to get, but it feels like it's going to drag on this one. But Hojlund, do you see the hype? You know what I mean? It's a lot of pressure for a young kid to come in here and be the main man and score goals. Where are you in this latest saga now of Hojlund?
It's a good signing. Yeah, let's not get it twisted. It's a good signing for Manchester United because we are in desperate need of a centre forward. I mean, going into the season with Martial is can't run because he's finished. I think Scott McTominay offers more up front than Martial does right now. That's my personal opinion. And I think
break it up a little bit.
I'm breaking up a bit. What I'll do?
Yeah,
Go someone else.
In and out.
I'll come out in and out and let's see what's happening.
Yeah, you're coming in and out. Andy, we'll go over to you. What are you saying, Andy, about Hojlund? Because it's a good signing for the future, but does it kind of get you on the edge of your seat in a Manchester derby? Can you be like, you know what, we've got a goal scorer up front? You know what I mean? It's always like we do things half-hearted. We need two, to be honest with you. So what do you reckon?
To be fair, I've not heard much about him up till a month ago. And I've been watching the goals he scored this season. He scored 22 goals this last season, a couple of assists with Atalanta. His finishing's good and all that. He scored for Denmark, I think, was it last week or the other week in a friendly. And I don't know, maybe you take a chance on him, but we are definitely short of ideas. But personally, I would still go for Harry Kane. When he scored the other week against England, I just had visions. I thought, that's what I want to see at Old Trafford. I was like that watching the shirt. You take off the England shirt, put on a red shirt, and there's Harry Kane banging one in at Stretford End. I enjoyed that, but who knows what's going to happen. I would consider him, but I will not be paying 85 million. And Atalanta's sporting director, he's the same guy who brokered Leicester City for Harry Kane. He was at Leicester City. So, I wouldn't be
Maguire
paying...
deal?
Yeah, the Maguire deal. Unless United are absolute Homer Simpsons are going to do it again. They're not going to do that twice. Homer Simpsons, you know what I mean?
I've never heard that before. That's funny. That said Homer. I'm using that. That's hilarious.
Man United are not going to be Homer Simpsons twice.
Homer Simpsons.
It's true though. It's true. But you know what though? It's one of them, innit? Like it's a lot of faff in it, Flawless for a striker. Like I said to you, he's an unknown quantity. Obviously, he had a good, decent season last season. His potential in it, his potential. But does that give you a lot of hope for next season that we are looking at one striker? It's almost as if you've got one chance to buy a striker, and he's a potential. Like it's good, but you're not sure he's going to score you 25 goals. You know what I mean? He's one for the future.
He is definitely one for the future, but I'm not looking at him and saying, bring me 25 goals. If he brings us, say, 15 and brings assists and just makes the overall team better, that's definitely a plus. Because if we go and we do definitely need a minimum of 2 strikers, in my opinion. But if we go and try and get a senior striker right now who's absolutely for example, pardon me, Andy mentioned it, Harry Kane. We know what. Look at the quote. Look at the price they're quoting for Hojlund. So imagine what it is going to be for Harry Kane. Bear in mind, we know our budget isn't the biggest. It seems that seems to be. So we have to be smart. So what I like the profile of Hojlund. Having not watched him on a regular basis, I like his profile. Obviously, he scored goals. He can finish, pace and power. I think he's 6'3", like good in the air. He fits what we're trying to do and what's needed in the modern day game. So I'm all for the Hojlund deal, but it's about the price point. Like 85 million, nowhere. He's not worth 85 million. But again, we are desperate. But if we don't get Hojlund, move on from him and go and get another striker. We can't complain about Manchester United tax when Manchester United tax is a thing because of Manchester United. We can't complain about that. We caused that on ourselves, which is absolutely stupid that we had the cheek to say, oh, well, we don't want to pay a premium because we paid premiums for players for the past however many years. But I do like the idea of Hojlund. It's just a question of the price point, because you're talking about, all right, maybe not winning. He's one for the future. We ain't set up to win now anyway. We got to build for the future. We ain't set up to win anything big. Say we go and get Harry Kane, for example. Does Harry Kane take us from now to winning a Premier League title? I don't think so. I think we need much more than Harry Kane. It's not just him, is the point I'm making. We're not one piece away from being at that level. It's multiple to me. I think Saeed was having issues as well. But yeah, go on, Emily.
I'm gonna say the problem is with, and it's absolutely right. You know, Hojlund is a developmental player, and he should be coming. You know, we should be looking at a partnership, not a partnership in terms of a York and Cole playing together, but a partnership in strikers that we have a more experienced striker coming, as well as a younger one that can learn from him and then progress in a couple of years' time. The problem that you're going to have is, though, the fact that Hojlund may or may not come in for whatever we pay for him, and he's going to be expected to lead the line for us. There are, you know, conversations going on, people speculating that Rashford may get moved to number 9, and I think that is shocking if that happens. He's not a 9, and I think he's got so many deficiencies to his game in that area. But I just think that's going to happen. I thought it last season. You know, you look at Barcelona away, he plays him up top with Weghorst at 10. There's all them, you know, they were buzzing about him working with Benny McCarthy in terms of improving his finishing. And you know, the manager absolutely loves him, and I think he's made him his franchise player. I just can see Rashford starting up top next season, Hojlund being the number 2, and then we've got Garnacho, Sancho, Anthony, and maybe even Bruno shunted out, and maybe, you know, Mount as well can play on.
Don't forget Diallo as well. Yeah, that's a potential.
But this is the thing with Diallo. I hope Diallo gets
I don't know Diallo. I don't
Last
think
year as well.
I think they both get shipped off, to be honest with you. And the worrying thing
is, loan, or do you reckon sold?
I think loans. But the worrying thing for me with the Ahmad one is the rumours you're hearing so far is that he might want to go back to Sunderland. So what for what? Like,
yeah, you've seen that.
Yeah,
I heard that as well.
It needs to be a Premiership loan. Otherwise, what's the point? Do you know what I mean? There's no point putting him back in the Championship because you've been there, done that. We need to see if you can do it week in, week out in the Premier League. I just worry about this club. And the, you know, it's to use. I don't know if it's showing me age right now because I know it's been brought back. Anyone remember Supermarket Sweep? Yeah,
of course.
The last game at the end when I just get it. That's what we're doing. That is literally what we do in transfer market. Let's see what we can grab. Pull off the thing off the big inflatable banana, and let's see if we've won anything. This is Manchester United in the transfer market.
That's an excellent analogy. Supermarket Sweep, you taking it back.
Peter Griffin, they all winning exactly. And this is where we find ourselves.
That's taking it back. Mad.
Now, use the new analogy. Was it him with the white teeth looks like Olivier Giroud? The modern version. That's
what's he called?
Are you talking about Gokwan?
Ryland, isn't it?
Oh, is it Ryland?
Well, looks like Olivier Giroud. Yeah.
You don't slap the same though now, man. It's just everything that's modern now. It's not really great. But Killer Ice Lollies, member of the channel, big up to you, my guy. Says, come on, United. I remember the good old days when you would regularly buy superstars that perform. We're putting shade on your team. Big up, Saeed.
That's not true.
Double A. You're about to beat me to it as well. That is not the case. We didn't regularly buy superstars. Did we buy superstars? Yes. But when you look at the vast majority of Manchester United's greatest players, they became superstars, but they weren't superstars when we signed them. Very, very few.
Yep.
Like a Van Persie is like an exception to the rule, for example.
We you know what it is? Superstar and a high profile name are two different things. Like buying Di Maria when he didn't really want to come. Falcao. There was a couple of signings that didn't make sense, but at the same time, I do get what it means. Like Woodward would try and buy marquee signings rather than buy for the squad, but at the same time, it's never worked out. You know what I mean? And that's the bottom reality. Obviously, Ten Hag now is the opposite. He wants to buy players that he knows. And then it becomes a case of what does John Murto do to kind of help him out? You don't really trust him. You can tell in the market you don't trust Murto, you don't trust the Glazers. That's why he's bringing in guys that he knows. And we're having to suffer as a consequence because then we don't have a recruitment team who then can work with, you know what I mean, the manager. So I don't know. The Mason Mount one is a good one, but then again, he's been looking at him since Vitesse days. This one here, Hojlund, flawless. What are you saying, like, in terms of the whole Hojlund situation? Would you want to bid 40, 50 million on him, or would you rather want to wait and see how the market develops and then go from there?
No, that's a great price. If we're talking 40, 50 million for Hojlund, that's a great price. 110%. You're not getting a player of that caliber in terms of ceiling and his potential for cheaper than that. You're not getting a striker for 30, 20 million. So 40 to 50 million is something. Because even if it goes wrong, you go, all right, it was only 40 to 50 million. So when they start talking 80, 90, 100 M's, that's when I'm like, there ain't no player worth that. Like, there's very few players I should say that is worth that. So if we can get a Hojlund for 40 million, I would take the arm off for that 100%. Like I said, it's just more so his profile. And we've seen what Ten Hag's done with players who are already here who we thought he couldn't improve. So definitely with his profile, we can get him for 40 million. Yes, I would definitely, but we need to sign another striker. It can't just be him. It needs to be another as well, even if it's someone who's cheaper.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, still over 800, nearly 900 of these right now. Only 290 likes. Let's get them up to at least 400-500 people. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Big up my guy, Joe from Just Joe Football Show. Big up to you. What you waiting for? Yeah, I don't know. Well, what we're waiting for, Andy, is the Glazers to kind of, make a decision. But they're penny pinching at the minute. They're leaving Ten Hag out to dry. I mean, this whole transfer window for you so far, how you seeing it? Because there's a lot to do, but the budget ain't there. And maybe we have to come to terms with it right now. It's the reality is that we don't have any money, or are they playing a blinder on us? Where do you kind of sit? Because a lot of people say, "Oh, we haven't got no money," but then again, it's like, do you trust the Glazers? Do you trust? Like, should we spread that narrative in that sense? Should we?
No, most definitely not. Nobody trusts them. I won't even suspect they even trust themselves. It's the type of family. They're doing daddy proud, all six of them. Doing daddy proud, exploiting everybody for profit for themselves. So, you know what I mean? And United are hiding behind the FFP. Another excuse, We've only got this. We're skin. Look at us. We're using the rules. So I don't believe it. They're a waste of time. I say this is their revenge. They're gonna. I've said this last week on the agenda. Man United, it could get announced an hour on the last day of deadline day. Man United have got Qatar, and the Glazers just disappear, and they just leave us with all this money, but no players, and they leave us in limbo for 6 months. That's what I see. Unless there's something happens in the next, let's say, 5, 6, 7 weeks, and we get one or two more additions over the line, but this is their revenge. They're slowly squeezing the life out of the fans, and this is their revenge. It's the way they're leaving.
Yeah. Apparently, there's some breaking news from Liverpool. I think they're going to sign their Lavia. Is that true, guys?
I'm seeing it here. No, so they're interested. I'm just seeing the tweet now. This is from Fabrizio Romano. He said Liverpool are in the race for Lavia since Monday. No changes despite Szoboszlai and McAllister incoming. Liverpool remain keen on signing Lavia on list with Thuram. Arsenal still very interested, but it depends on Thomas Partey exit. Southampton want 50 million fee. 50 million is a steal for Lavia, and we spent 60
50
on
million is a steal, man. It's a Casemiro, not a replacement, but a backup option as well.
Yes.
We need a squad. We need a squad, man.
Yes, 100%. Ridiculous 50 M's for a player of that caliber.
The money.
We got no chance. We
Eh?
got absolutely no chance. We got absolutely no chance. We'll go and get Sabitzer for 15. You mark my words. You know, this week. I'm not saying that. No, I don't want him, but
No, I know what you mean. But if we get Sabitzer, I tell you what, I like him, yeah, but he's injury prone. And he just
Well, listen-
isn't it when we need what we need right now. We need to
But-
go and get Kai Sado for me.
But
But
look at-
again,
look-
even
look at it
Lavia
like-
would be good.
Look
But
at it like this, Saeed. Yeah. So this week, when they released the kit, Veghorst was gone off the website. You couldn't get Veghorst on the back of your shirt. For a couple of days, you could get Sabitzer. Sabitzer was still listed on there until they come out later on and said that he and Veghorst would be leaving the club. There's no plans to move forward or whatever. But then it's come out, Builder saying that we've been quoted 15 million for him. Now, let's be honest. They're already throwing out rumours there that there's no money. And like you've all said, don't believe a word of it. You know, they're announcing record revenues and stuff like that. And this FFP, we are the only club in English football that mentions FFP. The only one. Chelsea don't even, it's not even in their vocabulary. City don't mention it. Tottenham, Liverpool, City, anyone, Brighton, it doesn't matter. No other club mentions FFP. And even when they do, it's talking about how they get around it and what they do to get out of it. And every single club manages to do that. We're the only ones that ever mention it as being a problem to stop us. So, which is bollocks. We all know it's bollocks. So they're already putting it out there now to lower everyone's expectations. So when we go and get Onana and we get Hojlund and we get the free players in, that it'll probably be the free players. It's like, guys, listen, we've really tried here and we're really struggling with money. But look, we've got you three good signings there, like they did with Varane, Ronaldo, and Sancho.
yeah, exactly. It reminds me of that window, you know. It reminds me of that window.
There's nothing's changed.
Yeah.
It's the same and same again. And you know, you need to look back at the evidence. You need to look back at last year when Arnold was apparently, you know, pulled by fans, conveniently buying them pints when he was at his house that's gated, and then going and buying pints and getting filmed, which most normal people would do, wouldn't they? Yeah, saying it's going to be very tricky.
Exactly.
It's going to be very tricky next year for Manchester United in terms of money. So they were already laying the plans for what we're seeing unfold now. But the kicker is, for 7 months they've been putting off this sale when they could have gone. They could have gone in February and allowed us to start planning for this summer. Because I'll say it now, we're screwed. We're screwed, guys. If we the way we're going, and if this is true, and the players that we're getting linked with are coming, because I don't see us getting two midfielders. I don't see us getting a centre back. I see one. I'd probably say this will be the 3 signings that we get, and we'll probably sell Fred to balance the books when McTominay should go. And you know, the manager's left with the majority of his squad with 3 new players coming. We don't get top 4 with this squad. We don't get top 4. The teams above us, the 2 teams above us, are massively improving. City don't need to do much, but what they'll do, they'll get enough in that'll take them to that next level again. Arsenal are already improving. The 3 signings they're bringing in will add depth and quality to their squad. Liverpool are moving mad. Like you know, that a whole new midfield. And
I did say that to James yesterday, but he said to me, I'm overrating Liverpool's midfield. No, they've added the bit of quality that they needed. I'm not saying they're going to be back and whatnot, but they've seen a weakness and they've improved on it. That's where I'm like, okay, that's fair enough.
It took us 10 years or however many years to replace Carrick, and we've still not replaced other midfielders that we've lost. We couldn't even dream of signing 3 midfielders in a window. That's madness to Manchester United. And, you know, all the other teams, Chelsea will kick on with Poch, you know, and they'll go and get the players they need. Top 4, Newcastle.
We did that was Van Gaal. We bought Schweinsteiger.
Yeah, but
Schneiderlin and Herrera. I think it was that season.
How many are at the club? Do you know what I mean?
How
many?
Yeah, exactly.
But you know, McAllister's coming off winning the World Cup, one of the best midfielders last year in the Premier League. Lavia, you know, if they go and get him again, every big club wants him. And you know, your kid from Leipzig as well is a talent that everyone is looking at, a bit under the radar for
Szoboszlai,
Szoboszlai, yeah. So I mean, again, it's 3 identified young talents coming in. We don't do that. We go and get Schweinsteiger, who's over the hill, and Herrera. I loved him, but again, you know, it's apples and oranges, mate. We're just not in the class of a big club. We have to accept, you know, and a lot of United fans, I feel like I'm going on a bit of a rant here, but a lot of United fans,
well, get off
your chest, double A, man. Get off your chest, man.
Close your chest.
Last week I was like proper chill, like the last show. It's like, yeah, don't worry about it, guys. Just enjoy your summer.
Yeah.
I can't. No. So I just keep hearing a lot of United fans going, "We're Manchester United. We're Manchester United." That means absolutely nothing these days. Manchester United are dead in the water. The Manchester United you know, the Manchester United you love, are long gone. Let me tell you. I've been watching there's a video on YouTube. I'll share it with you. It's 8 hours and 55 minutes long, and it's every Premier League goal United have ever scored. And you start watching it in '94, and it's like this, and it's coming straight back down. And honestly, it's heartbreaking to watch how this club has been allowed to fester. And you look after Fergie going and what he was shielding is from, the truth that he was hiding. And you can talk about him being involved in it or whatever, but we still won things under Fergie, and we were still a team that challenged, and we still acted like Manchester United. That is gone. That is long gone now. This club is a club that basically is like living check to check. Every summer, the scraping, seeing what they can afford, and then, because we still owe 300 million on all these signings. For United we're Arsenal. We're Arsenal under Wenger. Get top 4, we're happy. And that's what it is. A cup here and now again, and then they're happy.
We're a cup team anyway. I've said it. We're a cup team now. I don't think we can challenge.
It's disgusting, and it can't be allowed to go on. It's hard to say what we're doing, but what can we do about it? But we need to do something. We need to go and act like the French. You see them scenes in France, what's going on?
Yeah,
that's what United fans need to start doing. Honestly,
what, driving cars through Lidl? There's a Lidl near Old Trafford. We could do that.
People to watch it, don't do that.
Do you want to do the Tesco?
Yeah.
Don't do the Tesco. Don't drive no buses through any
Only joking.
By the way, super
driving the bus. You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you what, Andy.
Stretford Road.
I'll tell you what, Andy. Xavier says thoughts on Timber and Rice joining Arsenal. Mbappe linked with us next season. He's saying
you can't afford Mbappe.
I said Mbappe,
Arsenal are some good signings, but Mbappe, they're getting gassed, aren't they? They're just living on another planet with him.
Super gassed.
Hey, are we forgetting they signed Kai Havertz? Let's not forget that. I know it's how that's not been mentioned as well. By Kai Havertz,
330 grand a week as well. Oh my days!
It's the worst signing of the window. As bad as we are, that's the worst signing of the window, easily. There's not be a worse signing this summer in the Premier League than Kai Havertz. I don't think there'll be a worse signing in the next 2-3 years. That's an awful signing. 10
years, man. I'm telling you. HK Music says, why did we spend 60 million on Mount if we only have 120 million? Ten Hag has a lot to answer to if we spend our budget on Mount. What it is though? I think with this one here, I think with the manager, he's clearly identified who he wants. I've just kind of accepted it now. I've accepted we're not going to get a Caicedo. We're not going to get a Amrabat, or we're not going to go and get the players that we're looking for, because a manager has specific targets and he wants the players he wants to have. And that's why, for me, next season, if it doesn't work out, then it's on him. That's his signings. But I do think there's an element of he's got his hands tied behind his back in terms of being flexible, in terms of spending. You don't know really what's going on, but I'd assume that he wanted Harry Kane. But he can't get it because apparently we're broke and we don't have any money. And the Glazers took all 7 months for it to be sorted out. Had we got Qatar in by April, we could have got rid of the debt. We could have got rid of some players early on, and then we could have had a clear summer. This is on the Glazers. They've allowed this mess to continue, that we've not had a proper summer, and that's just the bottom reality. So
yeah, this is basically like Mourinho syndrome. Any momentum you get from a previous season where you, like you say, you won a Europa League Cup, the following season it's not backed up, and it's to say it looks like it's happening again with the season we've had last year, which was really good, really positive. And I don't say it's scary. It really is scary. And I heard this today as well. You'd have to challenge for the top 4. You can make 5th place the Champions League this season as well. United finished 5th. Yeah. If that's the target, man, we have really got problems.
But I'll tell you what, 5th will be a struggle. 5th will be a struggle, man. I'm telling you guys, this season, why I think it will be more tougher than next season is that Chelsea will be back and Liverpool will be back. And this is me looking at it from Liverpool don't have two bad seasons. Let's be honest, guys. The stretches of one season. I know we can banter them. I know we can say whatever, but they've actually added to their quality and they will be back. They've got the players up front. They've got a manager who's relentless, and they've got a club that just doesn't sink below that. So let's see how they fold up. But then obviously you got the likes of Aston Villa, Brighton, who are recruiting well and doing well in terms of Aston Villa bought Pau Torres. For what? How much did they buy him for? 55 million or something like that.
Yeah,
So
they got Timber as well, haven't they?
When did Villa sign Pau Torres? I missed that.
Yeah,
Aston Villa signed Pau Torres, man.
When was this? That's how much I've been out the loop. Man was away a couple of days and I missed a lot. I had no idea they signed Pau Torres. That's crazy. I did not know.
Yeah.
I fancy them for the conference next season. I really do.
Yeah,
I think they could do the West Ham.
They got Tielemans as well.
Yeah, I know they got Tielemans. Yeah. And I hear that.
Yeah.
But it's one of those is we knew this before all this happened with this window, how vital it was that Manchester United get Sheikh Jassim and get the Glazers out. And now everything that's going on is just backing that up. It's all about that. That's the most important transfer of this window for us is new ownership. Because without new ownership, we can't compete at the highest level. Even if we had a great window, we're still a cup team. Even if we have a great window,
it depends what cup you win. It depends what cup you win. If it's the Champions League at Wembley.
Yeah. Sorry, let me just clarify. When I say cup team, I'm talking FA Cup and League Cup. I'm not talking champ. Let me just clarify.
Hey, mate, if that's what I'll take the League Cup again. If it's
of course.
It's on my mum's birthday.
Yo, listen, I'll take anything, me.
Hey,
guys.
Andy, I am fully with you. FA Cup or like that's not a slight. I'm just saying at best that's what we are. Forget champions.
Tattooed right under my mum's tattoo. League Cup winners and a birthday. That's what I want.
We should go and definitely try and retain that. Go try and win the FA Cup. We reach both finals, so we can try and attempt to do that in this coming season. Champions League. If we get out of the group, I'll be over the moon. Just get out of the group.
Yeah, same.
See where we land.
I'm here for the vibe to the Champions League.
Get me out of the group.
You might see me in Europe.
If we're back in Europa League, the finals in Ireland.
Europe.
Let's beat Liverpool. We'll beat Liverpool in Ireland because the finals in Ireland this season.
You know what? Imagine that though. We come to the Champions League and then we place Liverpool in the Europa League final in Ireland. That would be carnage because you know the Irish fans are in Liverpool, are Liverpool fans and United fans. It'd
be mad. It'd be mad. The two biggest teams,
I don't know what you mean, son.
Hey,
listen, it's tricky for United getting top four. I'm even thinking of moving over to Newcastle because I know eventually the Big Six is going to have to move to the Big Seven. So I'll be a Newcastle fan on the Big Six. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Rebrand. Let's talk about guys. 1.3K in here. I'm just going to check how many likes we're on because we can't be mocking it tonight. I'm on it tonight. It's 409. Guys, let's get that
come
up.
on, man.
Up to 600.
Sort yourselves out. Come on.
Hit the like button, people, man. Let's talk about Onana, man, because this situation here is looking a bit crazy as well, man. Apparently, Andrew Onana's price. This has come from the Telegraph, which is paper from the Netherlands. Very, very reliable. I think they broke the Timber news. I think they break the Lisandro Martinez news last season. Anthony as well. So they're quite reliable in the Netherlands. Andrew Onana's price has led United to shift their attention to Feyenoord keeper Justin Bijlow. I don't know if you guys know about Justin Bijlow. Has anyone watched him, by the way, here? Justin Bijlow?
Who does he play for?
Feyenoord.
He's for Feyenoord.
He's the Feyenoord keeper. He's the number one. Okay. Yeah, I don't know nothing about him.
But I've heard he's not very good. I've heard he's not very good.
Yeah. Everyone's saying that he's not very good.
Casino? That United
that's what I think.
This is the same thing to get them out. We're going to go for somebody else. So we'll distract you. Look at that. We'll spin all these magic plates and we're going to get Onana.
So it reminds me of, do you remember when you used to play Street Fighter 2? And you used to figure out one of the moves on Street Fighter 2 and you used to keep using it against everyone. That's what United are doing. They figured out how to get them out on the cheap. Keep doing that. Rinse and repeat and we'll get all the players we need.
The fireball. Is it the Raul one?
I'm not going to come out and say I know too much about him, but apparently he's no better than De Gea in terms of playing out from the back.
No.
So he's definitely not going to be a keeper. And listen, I think I'm only seeing the Telegraph say coming out with these reports. I've not seen anyone else come out. Every tweet I see, it's the Telegraph on it. And you know, the president of Inter is even saying, listen, I think Manchester United will put a bid in. It's progressing. It's all capping it. It's just United playing that silly game again. See if they can get the price any lower. But listen, and this is why I think it's rubbish, because there's no way on this earth that United would go and spend half their budget on Mason Mount if we needed a striker because we do need a striker that bad. Why would we go and do that?
We need both.
And a goalkeeper. So why would we go?
Double A, you giving United too much credit. You gotta give people the credit they deserve for being stupid, including yourself.
Well, maybe I'm giving Ten Hag the credit. Then I'm giving Ten Hag the credit.
Fair. You know what? Fair enough. You're right. Yeah. That's fair. Maybe I just don't trust United. I think we are stupid enough to make that move. But Ten Hag, you're actually right. Go on, carry on. You're smart.
No, yeah, but it's just literally that. Mate, what you're saying. I think Ten Hag's smart enough to know what he needs in his team, and I think, you know, unless I'm what I said earlier about, you know, Rashford being that option and he's not too fussed, you know, Martial can come on and give him 20 minutes, 30 minutes when he needs Rashford to have a rest. That's what he could probably do. But listen, I think I could probably say with some confidence, I think it will be Onana. I don't think it's gonna be Bijlow. I just don't see it happening. Apparently, we're looking at him as a number 2 if De Gea stayed. So I don't see him then becoming the number 1. But then you worry, is he coming in as a number 2 and we keep Henderson? Let's just throw that one out there.
This is his injury record.
I would hate, by the way.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, this is his injury record since 18-19. It's one of them. Wow. You know, you don't want to buy a keeper that's injury prone. That's one thing you don't want, because you need your keeper to be mainstay. You need your keeper to be, you know, there. Like Onana, whoever's in there has to stay there. Then you get a backup in case.
Yeah, that's what De Gea was like. He was never injured. I'll give De Gea that.
Never injured.
He was always reliable, fit wise.
Yeah, but
that looks like Martial's injury record this week. That.
Listen, that's 1/5 of Martial's injury record. You know what I mean? Martial's injury record, you can go down and down and down, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
it's a novel. It's like War and Peace.
Yeah. If you're spending, for me, when you look at a budget, Flawless, how would you prioritize, say, now? Because we've got I'd say we've got about 130, 140 million this summer. How would you prioritize? Obviously, we spent 60 now on Mason Mount, the package, 55 million. Let's call it 55 million. Yeah. So you've got left 100 million-ish. So how are you prioritizing that now? Is that just basically Hojlund and Onana, basically?
Yeah, 100%. That's what you do. You go, if let's say, for example, let's say hypothetically what you're saying is correct and it is 100 million. We got 50 million on the goalkeeper, 50 million on the striker, 60 million on the striker, 40 million on the goalkeeper. Cool. Go and make that work. You know what I'm saying? We need a goalkeeper. Like, without that, whether De Gea stayed, whether De Gea left, I know some people don't like it. De Gea's not good enough. So therefore, we need a goalkeeper. We all know we need a striker. You know what I'm saying? None of the strikers we have, like Martial can't stay. Martial's the only fit senior striker we have. He's not good enough and he can't stay fit. So we definitely, like, these are critical. So in terms of priority, you go and find that. And if Onana or Hojlund, if either one of them or both of them are too much, then you go and find others. Hojlund,
that's why he's going cheaper.
Yeah,
that's why he's going cheap for the keeper.
I have no issue with. Like, Hojlund is not the only striker out there. Onana's not the only goalkeeper out there. If they're his first choices, cool. But guess what? You don't always get your first choice. Go on.
The reason why I disagree with you there is that Costa's going to be more higher. Obviously, people want Costa. Who else is out there? David Raya probably costs you less than Onana. I would have gone for him at first, but again, people don't rate him. Double A.
But here's the thing is, though, you said it there, Saeed. The best thing you said, what people want. Yo, fuck the people. Forget what we want. Go local. Go forget, like, and I include myself in that. Fuck the fans. Like, I say this all the time, man. Fuck the fans, and I include myself in that. So that's not a shot at any of you free legends on here or anybody in the chat. I'm saying that Manchester United, don't worry about the fans. How about you worry about Manchester United being the best they can be? Because if you go sign a goalkeeper who's top quality who performs, and you go find a striker who's top quality who performs, guess what? 100% of the fans shut up. Even if it's somebody unknown. Like, we're talking here about this Feyenoord goalkeeper. I don't know a lot about him.
If he's just a little bit better than David De Gea,
okay,
is that good enough?
Again, who's saying that, though?
No.
No, but the thing
Nobody's
is-
like, this is where it comes into, unless he's inside
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Premier
yeah.
League and there's people in the chat. Like I know a few people, like my guy Steve, who watches football all across
There's a lot of
the
people that
globe.
watched him. There's a lot of
But,
people that watched him
people
regularly.
ain't watching, but people ain't watching Eredivisie week in, week out. They are not watching Feyenoord
they could be.
versus no Saeed. Nobody is nobody's sitting down watching Feyenoord versus,
But they listen,
versus
there could
Eurex.
be people who
They're
watch
not.
the Feyenoord League. There could be people that come on
See,
here and
you
watch
just call it the
League.
Feyenoord
They
League.
see him.
You don't even
Was
respect
he
that as
in
a
the Europa
league.
League? Was he not in the Europa League?
He
Was he not in
wasn't,
the Europa League?
yeah, he was in the Europa League, but one thing we shouldn't do is judge people off of cup competitions in terms of Europa League, a Champions League.
No, you can
or
understand his
World
style
Cup.
of play, though. You can understand his
You
style.
can get it to an
whether he's
extent,
comfortable
yeah.
on the
But
ball.
unless you've watched someone week in, week out, me personally, this is how I am. I am not taking no one's watching Feyenoord versus Heerenveen. Let's call a spade a spade.
No one's
All
watching
you
a team called Go Ahead Eagles. No one's watching Go Ahead Eagles, mate.
Go ahead Eagles traveling to Feyenoord week in, week out. Like, let's call a spade we're not. So in terms of people saying, oh, he's not good enough, most people, 99% of people talking haven't watched him like that. So therefore, I'm not taking into
my argument,
consideration.
though. But Flawless, that strengthens my argument is that you've got to get it right, though. You don't want to
Of
be
course.
dilly-dallying around keepers. You have to go get what's right. Because if you mess it up, you've got a keeper now, Barthez, Roy Carroll, Taibbi. We've been here before.
Of course.
Andy knows better.
Finding a good goalkeeper.
What was he called?
No.
Van der Gerwen.
Van der Gaal, you're talking
Van der
about.
Gaal was solid. Van der Gaal was
he was a backup, but the thing is, the point I'm making is yes, but even if to go to my argument, even if we sign a goalkeeper from within the Premier League, then we still need to get it right. We need to get every signing right. We need to get the striker right. There's no guarantee, but this is why the people making these decisions are paid big money to make these tough decisions. Go locate a goalkeeper. I'm not saying this final goalkeeper is or isn't good enough. All I'm saying is that people need to stop talking like they are watching Go Ahead Eagles versus Feyenoord week in, week out. Stop it. Stop it. You're not watching Eredivisie week in, week out. Again, there's someone watching this who's like I do. And there's a couple people who I personally know who watch all top leagues. But when Manchester United are playing the same time as Liverpool, you're not flicking over to watch Feyenoord. I'm sorry, you're not. Like, let's call this. So it's like, that's when I hear, oh, he's not good. Who's saying this? Where's the reliability of this? He may be poor. He might be worse than De Gea. He might be better than that. I don't question that. Same way we signed Martinez from the Dutch league, and look how he's turned out. Nobody said he was going to turn out the way he's turned out. One of the best centre-backs in the league. Who said that when we signed him? Nobody. So, let the manager manage, because one thing about Ten Hag is he knows him because he's from the same league. Yeah. Ten Hag's someone who's watched the Dutch league week in, week out. He does. He does. Facts.
Yeah, that again, like I said to you, this is why we've got to judge. We've got to basically back the manager's decision in it in terms of the keeper, Andy. You know what I mean? And this is it. Like, obviously we haven't got a scouting department that can help him out. He's picking players that he knows. Onana, he knows. The Feyenoord keeper, he knows. You know what I mean? So, but not every decision is good. Weghorst is a good example. Sabitzer is a good example. Not every decision is good, but you have to trust the manager. It's as simple as that. Like, I know it's hard, but next season will be.
You got to trust your own manager, because the scout, like you say, the scouting system is absolutely it's up the wall at Old Trafford. Seriously, he couldn't do a scouting report on a bar of chocolate. What was the best chocolate? You know what I mean? That's what United are like. Honestly, for me, it's a Twix always. It's always a Twix. But you just can't do it. So if you're the manager, trust your own instincts. I know Fergie over the years, he made mistakes with players, didn't he? Jimba, this, that, and the other, Cleverson.
Yeah.
It's all the manager trusts himself, and he'll trust his own players, what he picks. I say he'll live and die by the sword of what he picks and wants to buy.
Yeah, it's true. You know what I mean? And obviously that, like I said, I hope I'm proving wrong. I just don't want to jump into a keeper that I don't know much of, but I know what Onana's about. I know what David Raya is about. I know the proven qualities there. And then next thing make a costly mistake. That's just the only way I'm looking at it.
I hear you.
You don't really dilly-dally around keepers.
I get it, Saeed, but do you trust Ten Hag?
Yeah, I trust Ten Hag, 100%.
All right, so trust him on this. It's not like, for instance, if this keeper was in the Premier League and we'd watched him, and then we're watching the Premier League week in, week out, then we can make a fair assessment. That's where I'm at with Mason Mount. That's why I'm so against it. Because I'm like, I've watched this player play week in, week out for the past 3 years.
That's why you kind of
have my own assessments. Whereas, like I said, he's playing in Holland. So it's kind of like, that's why I'm not like, okay, if Ten Hag says go get him, trust it. And he'll live by the sword, die by the sword in terms of the decisions.
Oh, yeah. You know, double A, when you look at it elsewhere. So Flawless has said there that's what Onana 50 million. The what do you call it? Mount 55, and then you've got
Hojlund.
the keeper at 50 as well. So that comes up to 150 million. Is that enough for you? Like, what else is there that we need? You know, what else is there? Because I'm not gonna lie to you. For me, I think that doesn't finish top four right now for me because I just look at it, I think
No.
it's not enough for me. We need more.
No,
It
you need
scratches
5. You
top
need
four.
five players to get top 4 again next season.
Yeah, I think 6. I think I replied to one of your tweets today. He was asking what window's that. I was like 5, maybe 4.5. That's absolutely terrible what Manchester United need because we need a squad. So, big up Indiana in the chat, and he's saying, outgoings are vital to
Big up
this
Indiana.
window.
Big up Indiana
Vital
as
to this
well.
window, yeah. We can't. It's July, and we've not even near sold one player. We know 4 or
They don't
5.
want to go,
4 or 5 need to go, and
but they don't want to.
that's the only thing I can. Ten Hag's window, you would assume, was gonna be Kane, Kim Min-jae, Mount, and then possibly Rabiot. So it would have been them 4 signings, and that would have been your 200 million, yeah. But obviously things changed. So then Kane's not happening. Rabiot's not happened. Kim Min-jae isn't happening. So he's having to pivot now. And then, so I think personally, what's happened is with the Kim Min-jae deal going kaput, he's then saying, right, well, that 40 million that I was going to use on Kim Min-jae, I will now go and get a keeper. And that's why you've seen such a switch with De Gea, because the contract was there for him and then it's been rescinded. And I think then he's gone, right, well, I'll get this keeper in now because it's more of a... And he's very clever in what he's doing. He's changing it, he's switching his focus and thinking, right, well, what can I do now? And then what can I do in January and summer next year? What can I... And let's be... Not that I want it to happen. Don't get me wrong in what I'm saying, because I don't think he deserves to stay. But he's probably thinking to himself, I've got Varane and Martinez, absolutely brilliant. I've got Shaw and Lindelof, who are worthy backups. And if I need him, I've got Maguire. So I'm very covered in centre-back. So I can, for one more season, I could probably deal with that. The keeper situation, it needs addressing, which we all saw. So there's thought, right, let's go and get that keeper. The Mount thing, for me, I just think it's a terrible signing. I'm not going to lie. I just don't think he's what we need. I hope it works out, and I hope he's shown to be a good player. I just think there's so many better options for us that could have been out there. Caicedo, Lavia, even McAllister, even going and getting him. I just don't think.
Yep.
A midfield of Casemiro, Bruno, and Mount terrifies the life out of me. I think
it's horrible.
I think
it's horrible.
Yeah.
And I think
I'm going to show you the team now.
You're not going to be able to play that at Anfield or the Etihad.
I'll show you the team. I'll show you the team. Yeah, I'm going to show you the team. Before I get the super chats in, we are all talking about signings. Big up to Abdi Sheikh says, but first we need to get some players out, such as Maguire, Fred, McTominay, Sancho, Martial. All of these need to go. And big up David G says, we only have one DM in Cass. Why not go for Romeo Lavia in early days? But the strength that everyone else does is worrying. Pre-season is soon. Pre-season is next week, I think. Next week. I think they come back for pre-season.
Game's 12, innit? Norway against Leeds.
But they come back for training this week then, surely then. So...
Yeah, you're going to get all the pictures, aren't you? You're going to get all the pictures of positivity, ready to go. All that PR, spin. All that bullshit.
Martial.
Come on, we're back. Fuck off. Same old shit coming through the door. Harry Maguire back. Fuck off, Maguire. Ready to go again.
Guys, this is our team next season.
That's horrible,
if all. Obviously, Mount will not play DM, so I don't know why this guy's put that in there. But Onana in goal, Dalot right back, Varane, Martinez, Shaw. The back four's good. I'm not gonna lie, the back five's good.
The centre backs are good.
The back five.
The centre back's good. Like, let's say that. You know what I'm saying? The full backs there. You know what I'm saying?
You don't know Shaw redemption again. You never know. It could be
man, how many Shaw
redemption.
redemption again? He's a centre back, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Full back, not so much. So as a centre back, yes.
Yeah.
Go on, carry on.
Casemiro, Mount,
I feel for
Bruno
Casemiro,
in
man.
midfield.
That's crimes against football, putting him in a midfield with those two. That's outrageous.
Yep.
That's crimes against football. That is outrageous. And that is
Midfield
a
hot
crime.
potato.
Like,
hot potato. Who's keeping the ball there? He's
yeah, like
progressing
that.
the ball.
You know what he's gonna do? Like someone suggested this, that we
He
just
could
gonna
get
basically
sued
kick,
for this.
kick the ball long, and then
Yeah.
like we're not gonna play through the middle. He's literally gone all like, all right, we're just gonna run
Sam,
around.
Sam Allardyce ball, yeah?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Just
can't
get the
wait.
ball long to the big man.
Yeah.
Hojlund is
Can't
6'3". Get it
Can't
into the
wait.
big man. Pause.
Oh gosh.
Oh,
Then
my
we got
days.
Bruno just ahead of them, Ante on the right, a Rashford on the left, and then Hojlund up front. That is our team next season, guys. For me, I
No.
think it will be though. I don't see anyone else like changing. Like that will be our team
Where's
next season.
Garnacho? Where's
Well, Garnacho's on the
Garnacho?
bench. Garnacho will be on the bench.
Palestra.
Ahmad,
You know what I mean?
Palestri, yeah, on the bench.
Fred, McTominay,
Fred,
Maguire.
McTominay.
Yeah, get rid of these players because they could raise funds. We need to get
Bro,
rid of all these players.
They,
That's what
they
we need.
don't
We
want to
can't,
go
that's the
nowhere.
thing.
They
Did
don't
you, hear,
want.
did you hear about McTominay today, by the way?
Oh,
Did
what
you hear
happened
about
with
McTominay
McTominay?
today?
What happened? Go on, no.
Let me show you. Yeah, before I show you, I'm gonna get some of these super chats in.
Yeah, do you think get to the
Big
money,
up
fam?
to John Sem said, yeah, Mount is position intelligent and can do all things Ten Hag will demand from him and play different formations. You guys will love him. Listen, I'm here to be proven wrong. What I've seen of him so far is not good. So let's see. Like, I get this. You guys will love him and that positivity train. I get it. But what I've seen, I don't see anything special. But again, we'll
It's
give him
not
this plaudits
inspiring.
if
It's
he
just
does
it's
prove
just not an inspiring signing. It's just
Because
not.
he's a
That's it.
mediocre player. That's why I don't
Yeah.
believe. Because
Yeah.
after we lost that FA Cup final to Manchester City, if we did this very show and Saeed titled it and said Manchester United need Mason Mount to turn it around, everyone would have told us we were on drugs and don't know what we're talking
Yeah.
about. But now
Five-
Ten Hag has
five
signed
likes.
him. Now all of a
5
sudden,
likes.
yeah, 5 likes,
Yeah.
1,005 dislikes, 100%. You
Yeah.
lot don't know what you're talking about. How
Oh,
would
yeah.
Mount improve us? Where to. But because Ten Hag's done it, all of a sudden it's a good idea. No, it's okay
Peter
to say it's a bad
Department will
idea.
have a field day with Mount when he comes.
Oh, yeah,
when he
absolutely.
comes back. They'll be wanting pitches left, right, and centre when he walks through the Carrington doors and getting out of his car. So yeah, you know what I mean. This red is ready to rock. You know, positive emojis and all that. I'll jog on you, Tart. You know.
Oh gosh, man. HK
God,
Music
you
says that I
tart.
wouldn't be surprised if Ericsson and Martial start after some losses with Hojlund and Mount. Listen, he might revert back to type. We don't know. You know what I'm saying to his it's crazy. Andy's losing the will to live. Yo, it gets like that, man. It gets
Yeah,
like that.
we all
But
know.
this is what you won't get. This is what came from the Manchester Evening News. A reporter from the Manchester Evening News, Richard Fay, is quite linked with Man United, and what says he's come out and said Scott McTominay has been linked with a number of moves this summer, but United have not provisionally planned for his sale, as he's their youngest senior midfielder and would find it difficult to afford another to replace him.
I don't
So
believe that. I'm
we-
calling
we're
nonsense.
back in age now. Is that what it is?
Where
We're
did,
just
where did you
rating
say?
people out
Did you
of
say it
being
was the Did you say it was the MEN? Yeah.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
he was
Yeah.
supposed to be
There you
he's
go.
the-
Yeah. Not a credible source. You know what I'm saying, love the MEN, but let's
Yeah.
not act like it's a credible source. Like, come on. Like,
No,
it's the
but
MEN.
obviously, it just depends on what they kind of like clarify. But for me, though, the idea that we're talking about a young senior midfielder, he's 26, man. Hey, no
Yeah.
young
I don't
senior
believe
midfielder.
Yeah, young.
He's 27
Young.
in November, isn't he?
You'd,
Like,
you'd
what
say
do you mean?
you'd say
He's
May-
young?
Mainoo's you'd say Mainoo's a senior midfielder now, so he's the youngest. So that makes no sense at all. He's in a senior squad more often than not. It's
Bro,
it's terrible. Isn't it?
are we gonna get
It's-
rid of
it's,
him?
pro- it's propaganda. It's propaganda for these shit British players that United have to constantly have around, flying around the club for fucking years, like Jones and
Don't believe I don't know.
oh mate. I mean, I'm sick of these
Yeah,
absolute wasters
Because
hanging
he had
on
a
to
blind
this,
for
hanging on to
Scotland.
this status of being a Manchester United player. You shit, Scott McTominay. I said it before, and people laugh. I'm not lying. He's the worst player I've ever seen put on the United shirt. The absolute worst. He's got no redeeming quality other than the fact that he talked well about the club. I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
be good at your job and actually be a good
Yeah.
footballer. But you shit at everything you do. I
True,
can't
mate.
wait. When he and Maguire, I got to tell a funny story about Maguire that I thought was funny this week. But when him and Maguire go, genuinely, guy, I'm not lying, and anyone in the chat's welcome. I'm going to throw a party, like genuinely. We'll get a venue in town in Manchester. You're all welcome. bring your own beer and that, yeah. But we'll
Bring your own
do
liquor.
something. Yeah, we'll get something sorted. But Maguire as
I'll
well.
be there, man. I'm gonna hold you to that. I'll be there.
100%. And Maguire as well, I thought was really funny this week. Did you see he had to tweet his own promo shots because the club didn't do it, and he had to put a picture of himself in the shirt because the club didn't do it on the Instagram and that.
Yeah,
I think
trying to look like
eventually-
Superman.
I didn't even know that, you know.
Yeah, I think eventually
Yeah.
they've done something on the
Yeah.
Instagram story and that, but yeah, he's that bad. Like, and everyone's like, oh, I think they want to get rid. They don't want to get rid. Let me tell you.
You know what, though,
He'll
guys?
probably still be captain. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Okay. We got Fred, who apparently United look to get rid of. McTominay, Donny van der Beek, Harry Maguire. I'd say they're the 4 main figures. Would anyone else kind of say there's any more that you would want out?
Dean Henderson,
Dean Henderson, yeah, 5. Yeah.
Martial,
Sancho.
So,
Sancho can
Martial.
go.
oh, Sancho could, well,
If
he's linked today, you
a
know.
good
He's
team
linked on
comes
being
in,
linked-
linked with Tottenham, if you get 45 million for him, then you use it. You use that
Would
money.
you want to sell him for 45 million, though? I want 60 million, me.
Yeah. You also
I
want
want
Beyonce.
60
You also
million.
want Beyonce in your DMs, fam. You know what I'm saying? You can want things. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
The
Nah,
only good
I
thing
get it,
that
Daniel
Tottenham was
Levy.
Beyonce.
Now,
is,
hold on a minute, guys, man.
Seen
Man
that
said
video.
Daniel Levy,
six
man.
DMs.
You're joking.
60 million
It ain't
a month
worth
for
it ain't worth
Sancho,
6
man.
PM.
Yo, Saeed, when's the last time we are now in 2023? What's the last season Sancho had a good season?
Dortmund.
He's never had a good season.
Right then,
United.
so why we get 60?
No, but you know
60M,
why? You know
you're
why?
mad.
You know why? Daniel Levy is an absolute. You know what he is, innit? He just about sold us Berbatov. It took long to go and get Michael Carrick. I'm not having this, you know. We have to sell high. If Tottenham want him, they took the piss out of us with Harry Kane. If not, let's make a deal. I'd give you Harry Kane plus. Give us Harry Kane plus about 30 million. And we'll pay 30 million on top. Sorry. Give us 30 million and then Sancho as well. We'll give you for Harry Kane.
Are you
How's
mad?
that
I
make
think
sense?
45
That,
million.
that comes up.
45
That comes up
million.
to 35 million. We're not getting that, mate. We're not.
45 million
Bro,
for
we
Sancho
can't
right now
sell
is quality.
Sancho.
Bro,
Let me
bro,
make a
we
poll.
cannot.
Let me make a
We
poll.
cannot.
I'm
We
gonna
cannot
poll.
sell. We cannot sell players. We don't sell players well.
I'm
We
gonna
just
poll.
sold
Then I'm gonna poll.
Iqbal
You know
for
what?
less than
Here,
a
the
mil.
thing is, Double A though, I think selling Sancho for 45 million is selling well. That's a steal for us.
I'm gonna make a poll.
Wait, I
Sancho.
don't think we get 45. I don't
No,
think
that's
we
my
even
point.
get
No. That's the
45.
point I'm
Yeah.
making, Double A.
Yeah,
is
yeah,
if we
yeah.
do indeed get 45 million
45.
for him, I think
Yeah.
that's a great deal for us. Do I think he's currently worth 45 million right now? No.
No.
If we
Would
get
he go
45 to
somewhere
him,
else
65.
and tear it up? Would he do that?
60 million.
No,
potentially not in the Premier
No,
League. No,
I
he
don't
could
think.
go
I don't
to
think.
Spain.
I genuinely don't. And the only reason I would get rid of him, I do love Sancho, and I've said so many times on this channel, I want him to be the player we all thought he was going to be, and he was going to be this next big thing that he was going to smash it for us. Not happened. The problem he's got is now Garnacho is going to take his place. Rashford is already on that side. Anthony's there. You've got Ahmad doing bits, coming back, looking like he's got potential. Palestra, every time he's come on the pitch, has looked absolutely fantastic and hasn't had the minutes that he deserves. Where does Sancho play? He's not a 10 because you've got Mount coming in and you got Bruno. He struggles to get in this team. So for me, I would then get rid. I would also add Elanga to that to get rid, and potentially Delo as well. You know, I'm happy to see Delo go.
Guys, I
Get
put a
on the
poll
right
out.
looking.
I put a poll out. The poll is Sancho. Obviously, this is the money that I put on there. So it's 45 million, which you sell him for, 50 million, which you sell him for, 55 million, which you sell him for, or 60 million. How much do you want for Jadon Sancho? Right now, there's 52% of you are saying 45 million. The next one is 50 million at 24%, 60 million is at 15%, and 55 million is currently at 12%. So, guys, get in the poll. 139 votes. There's 1.3k in here. We need at least 500 votes. How much should we have a vote kind of capacity? Should be at least 500 votes. Unless
many
half
people
of
are
your
watching?
votes in here, then we're a bit worried.
How many people?
But
how
yeah,
many people
please
are watching,
vote.
fam?
Yeah, 1.3k. So you know what I
Yeah,
mean. We should
500
get at least
votes.
500 votes.
That's at least 500 votes. But I think you're talking about us doing like good. If we sell Sancho for anything 45 million or north of that, that is phenomenal business from us. That's
You
great
think so,
business. Yes.
I think
So
if you
we-
get-
Okay,
I
so
think you get a bottle of
Saeed,
Dr.
here's the
Pepper
thing:
and
is let me
a
break.
packet.
I'll break it down to you, Saeed. We signed him for what was it, 70 million?
73, 75, wasn't it?
So all
Something like
right, so let's say
73.
70. So let's say 70. Let's say 75, 73 in that range. His value has done nothing but decrease while he's been here. His value has not gone up. His value
And his
has
high
de-
wages as
his
well.
di-
And
yeah,
his
so
high
his-
wages as well.
His value has decreased. I think his value has decreased less than 45 million, to be honest. So if we manage to get that, then that's a steal.
It's mad
Still.
because I remember when we bought it, when we first went in, Dortmund wanted like 120 million, didn't they?
Yeah.
Absolute crazy.
Yeah. What did someone say here? If Havertz and Mount are 60 million, Sancho is 55 to 60. That is my point. But
But
I get it. It's high wage.
I killed this dead because
High wages have left us up.
our stupid ass club and
It's
Arsenal's
Manchester
stupid
United
ass
seller.
club did that. We dumb. Them
Yeah,
prices,
yeah.
them players ain't worth them prices.
I'm just saying that we also are bad at selling. We're bad at selling as well. We are bad at selling.
We just bad at everything.
Yeah, bad at selling.
We bad at everything.
We'd ask for 60. The club will say no 50, and we'll go. Oh, our negotiators will go. What about 45 then? And we'll drop it for them. And they'll go, yeah, go on then. Yeah, let's have it. We'll do the negotiating for themselves. That's how thick they are. They run United. This is what we're dealing with. Idiot.
Yeah.
I'm
Let
guessing
me
that.
let me
That's
see the votes
speculation.
so far. The votes. Let me see if we got to 500 votes. Guys, just vote. Even if you're not a United fan, just vote. 250 votes so far. 50% of you again still voting for 45 million. So right now, 45 million is winning. What's
It's a
winning next is
steal.
around 50 million.
45
So-
I think that's
is-
good money. That's good money for what he's
That
produced.
is
for us.
great money for where he's currently at and the level he's at.
Yeah.
Keep voting,
I like
guys. Keep
Sancho.
voting, even if you're not a
I'm-
United fan.
I'm like double A. I'm a big fan of Sancho. It pains me to sit here and be criticizing him, but I can only call it as I've seen it, and he's not performed well.
No.
Honestly, has he had a season at Manchester United where if we rate on a scale of 0 to 10, it's been above a 6?
Shall I show you his stats?
Nope.
I don't like to call it stats, but obviously it's just kind of what he's done.
Hey, just
so
quickly,
far.
Arsenal fans are so funny. I've got Arsenal fans in the chat. Yeah, half of them are saying Eddie Nketiah's got more value than him. Then the others are going, "Do you want Eddie Nketiah? Make your mind up. You either want him or you don't. What is it?"
Hey, I ain't hearing from Arsenal fans when you signed Kai Havertz for 65 million. Like, that's all I'm gonna say. You signed a man who
Yeah.
scored 19 goals in 3 years. Like, what we doing here? Yeah, this is not what we doing.
It's been there 2 years now, and this is it. 79 games, 12 goals, 6 assists. Obviously, he was out for about 3-4 months of that, but it's not the return that we wanted. It's a big
Saeed,
season. If he
Saeed,
stays,
still
if
think he's worth 60 M's after
That's
seeing this.
well,
my
yeah,
God.
Is it 60
you
M's?
might
Yeah.
have got me now.
Yeah.
Maybe you might have got me, but I'm only saying that in a very, very I don't know what's the word, in a greedy mode. I'm in a greedy mode in terms of like
Yes.
Chelsea and Havertz and all these players are going for this amount of money, but yet United just are just. But this is what I'm saying. You know, AJ, pre-season it's not huge because he was doing well in pre-season, and then he dropped, and he basically. And then he started well, didn't he? He scored against Leicester.
Liverpool as
Liverpool.
He had that
well.
little run where he was playing well. Yeah, he did.
He had a good run. He had a good run, and then
he played in Cyprus, didn't we? And his head dropped because he lost the ball, and Nicosia went on the attack and
against
scored.
Onana.
And he dropped him like a stone, Sanag.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Hopefully, like I said, just hearing something from United will submit their first bid for Onana soon. Listen, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Monitoring FC.
Monitoring FC. How about you submit the bid?
Man. Enticing FC. Tickling FC. Stop tickling.
Interested FC.
Yeah, just get it done.
Flirty FC.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, ammonia.
Ammonia.
Yeah.
That's the only way United would have to use ammonia to get a deal over the line.
Yeah, listen, people.
Onana FC. Hey, do you know what the funny thing is though? When he signs for United, he's definitely going to be a Onana FC on Twitter. Let me tell you. Well, his Twitter still exists.
What a save! Imagine that ringing on Old Trafford.
Wait, that's a I was singing that the other day.
What a save! What a save! Oh, I can't wait for that.
What a save!
Yeah.
What a, yeah.
Yeah.
We got
Was
silence
playing
for this
till
time.
the
Don't think that's going to happen.
Fidget Diva came in. Who's that? Was playing good
Oh.
until. Oh, he's talking about Anthony.
Sancho.
Listen,
Hey, listen. If,
bloody hell,
if,
man.
one player coming in puts you off your game, you shouldn't be at this club. Get out.
Somebody at the
Get
club.
out.
Seriously.
Get out.
Yeah.
You need to be like Luke Shaw
Absolutely.
and see it as a threat to your
I
livelihood.
mean, is it Sancho? Was it? It was pictured having a good time the other week. Was it with
Pogba at the Louis V show and that?
Yeah, and he's all smiles and having pictures, photographing. Like, enjoy it, mate. But I don't want to see that, man. He's got a smile on his face.
People put in a picture of Salah in the gym and Sancho enjoying his life. I mean,
people do way too much, man. Let him enjoy it. Like, man's on holiday. Let him
Salah's got to get ready to go all the way to Azerbaijan, so he needs to proper prepare. So
exactly,
we ain't got to worry about that.
I don't really pick on anyone. If you're on holiday, you're on holiday. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really care. It's when you come back, are you ready? You know what I mean? And then that's when we can talk. When you're on holiday, listen, man, you can do what you want.
These players have had a long season, a long compact season, 10 months of
You
know, listen, they're allowed a couple of weeks to go and enjoy their lives. They're not robots.
Yeah.
They're not caged animals, robots. You have to live our life. Imagine you going to work and not being able to do nothing, and every move you make is scrutinized. Just grow up, man.
Yeah.
Like, God's sake,
let
the guys live.
He went to a fashion show and seen his friend and took a picture with his friend.
Exactly. Ridiculous. He's ex-teammate.
You were right.
Shut up, man.
Yeah. Flawless, you were right. 45 million wins, 52% of the votes.
The chat, man. They sensible.
Sancho.
That's
a Dortmund. Back to Dortmund. He'll go.
Yeah, absolutely. But guys, we're going to wrap it up here. It's been a pleasure. 1 hour, 1.3K there throughout the whole thing. So, you know what? The retention rate has been absolutely excellent. So, hats off to everybody watching us. We call it the Unfiltered Podcast. Oh, one last super chat comes in here. How much would Jack Grealish be sold for now? His stats are the same as Sancho this year. But the eye test for me is better. He's performing better on the eye. You can see it clearly.
He's drinking better as well.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just to clarify to King Stash, I don't think Grealish is worth 100 of them. But hey, he's had impact.
Exactly.
He's helped them win a treble. Like the eye test don't lie. Yeah. He's had a major impact in City winning the treble.
Yeah, the eye test don't lie. As much as I want to be biased, listen, man, you gotta give it to him. But people, it's been a pleasure. Please do like the video. Don't just leave. Like the video, people. Flawless. I'm sure you're live later on. Let them know where they can find you, what you do, who you are, if they don't know who you are, because they should know who you are. 7K and all that. Come on.
Yeah, love fam.
Come on, bro.
And actually, this is the first time. Yeah, appreciate you as well, man. And this is the first time I think we spoke since you've come back from New York, I believe. Right?
Yeah, man. Honestly, man. Yeah, man. Big up to you, man.
Hey, salute to you, man. That's a major look, man, to go out there to New York. So I gotta give you your flowers on air. I already have off air. So for those that didn't see, obviously Saeed was over there with the rest of the big six. Salute to Turkish and the whole gang doing big. Look like you enjoyed it as well, man. Seeing you over there stood up for the Fox News sign and that. I was like,
hey, that house was everything.
Central Park.
Yeah, man. So salute to you, Saeed, man. Kicking down doors for all of us, man. Kicking down doors for all content creators. I appreciate it. But yeah, and that's me. That's me, Flawless, on Twitter and Instagram. Sarcasm City TV on YouTube and Twitch. Saeed already mentioned it. Just went over 7K a few days ago on the YouTube channel. So make sure you go subscribe. Roll to 8K. Back live at midnight, people, for the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, where we just answer sporting questions from the chat. So it's not just United related. It's all things football. And big up for having me as always, Saeed. And large up to Andy and Double A as well.
Come on, man. Double A, it's been a pleasure, man. Big up to you for coming on, bro.
Oh, always, mate. The pleasure is, it's mine. Happy to be asked to come on all the time. So, yeah, obviously, big up to Saeed. Like Flawless said, man, absolutely smashing, kicking down the doors. Saeed, looking at some of the videos, I am desperate to get you on a basketball court to smash you all over, bro. I'll be honest with you. You looked all right. You looked all right, but you weren't really getting it. No, but now it's absolutely sick, honestly. Yeah, big up to Flawless Andy every single time. It's a pleasure to chat as well. Yeah, just bow the laughs watching you guys go at it through the show. Talking Kit is my channel, home of the greatest football kit content in the world. So if you're into your football kits, come and check us out. Still not even 1K yet, so that would be nice if half of you could even go over there and get us to 1K. That'd be sick.
You did that retro one this week, didn't you? With the green Man United one, green and what?
Yeah, what was it? The top 10 like the top 10 hipster shirts. Every shirt that you would probably suggest having in your kit.
I need to watch that. I need to watch that.
We do different. I think this week we've got you're not gonna like this, but Chelsea's it's Gianfranco Zola's birthday on Wednesday, so we're doing 10 of his shirts. Not just Chelsea, Napoli, Parma, Italy as well. So we look through shirts, we rank shirts, full kit rankers. That's with an R, not a W, and Desert Island kits as well. Just we've got the best football kit content. So if you like your shirts, head over there, Talking Kit, and go and subscribe.
Check his warehouse online as well. Check his warehouse. The place, Laddin's Cave, mate. Laddin's Cave.
It's not mine, mate. It's not mine. But retro football kits, yeah. If you do like your kits, retrofootballkits.co.uk. Go there and you can get 10% off with Talking Kit 10. Let them know.
You can go get the old school kits. I need to look at that actually. I want to get some old school United kits still.
Yeah, same as well, man.
Subscribe to all these guys as well, man. They're just
absolutely. Andy, it's been a pleasure. Good to have you back as well on, mate.
Yeah, but I enjoyed it tonight, lads. It's a break from work and all that, and we're not far short of pre-season friendlies now. We're not far short, and I look forward to Old Trafford is not so far ahead. That Wolves game Monday night. Will it be happy times or will it be anarchy, protesting and everything?
We'll see.
Interesting, guys. I'll be back tomorrow midday for the show again. I think it's Savo, I think it's Dan Potts and Lewis. So check us out there. Transfer news rounding up the Monday. Yeah, man. We'll see you there, guys. Take care. Bye.